Hello everybody. Hello. I am Munch More, the VTuber, former attempted time traveling warrior. And I'm here to talk about anime, a mysterious art form from Japan that we all know, love, and try to emulate in embarrassing ways, such as being a anime boy like I am. Oh god, my eye is getting a bit lazy again when I look over this direction. I have to work on positioning the camera better. Hello Struja, how are you? Thank you for coming and thank you for saying hello. As per the title, we are talking about anime, and basically the way I'm gonna deal with this topic is we're here to ruin your list. It's Metal, good. Oh, hello Metal, hello. Anime talk, interesting. Yes. I'm gonna be going through my anime list, my really outdated anime list that I can barely even remember when I last touched it and what I rated stuff. So we're gonna go through the list, we're gonna add stuff that I've watched recently and we're gonna talk about them, and we're gonna look at my list and make fun of my opinions as well. This is basically just a launching off point to talk about anime in any form we wish. Yeah, hopefully some interesting discussions can come from it, because we all love anime, right? We we're in that sphere, that otaku, I can't even say it right because I am nervous. Sphere. So yeah, anime, I would never. Exactly. We must distance ourselves so that we can still appear to have some semblance of normalcy. But anyway, we'll jump in. Those who don't know, this is a website called Anime Planet. I use it instead of my anime list. I can't even remember why. I left my anime list a long time ago for some reason, and I transferred everything here. So this is many years worth of combined anime knowledge, apparently totaling 10,000 episodes. That's somewhat believable, especially during my teenage years. So let's just take a look at what my most recently watching anime was. Okay, so we're already extremely outdated right here. We got My Hero Academia Season 4, so I assume the last time I looked at this was when Season 4 was ending in 2019. That seems about right. When was Inspector airing? 2020? Okay, so maybe around 2020, 2019, that kind of area. These were the anime I chose to watch. Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken. Now that's a good show. Now I finished that's for sure. That was a phenomenal show. My favorite of one of my favorite at least of 2020. We have finished that, watched, and we can rate that. So Anime Planet uses star system. You can go half a star to 5 stars, so it's essentially a 10-point rating system. I would rate that a full 4.5 stars. That's incredible. One of my favorite Yuasa anime. Yuasa is the director of such classics as Pinball the Animation and Devilman Crybaby. Stuff like that. Now, I think there's some... And Mind Game. Yes, Mind Game. Incredible movie. I've definitely watched Penguin Drum. I don't know why. I might have been rewatching it or something. I watched Penguin Drum ages ago. Penguin Drum is I forget his name, the director stuff. Ikuhara, yes, Ikuhara. Fuck yeah, Penguin Drum. Hello, Ugu. I knew you would like this. Penguin Drum's a classic by Ikuhara. Big fan of it. I've watched it at least twice. So I would probably give that a solid 4.5 stars as well. What have I watched since there's updated movies coming. I'm looking forward to them. Yes, I've only heard the bare basics about them. Don't know too many details. But if it's new Penguin Drum, I'm definitely interested. New Ikuhara, I'm definitely interested. Let's see. Have I... Well, for instance, one of my favorite anime right now is Ranking of Kings. Currently watching. I've watched about 6 or 7 episodes of it. I think I'm pretty far behind. Yo, All Summer Ranking. Yes, phenomenal show. I know you're watching it as well. It's a show that kind of lulls you into a sense of security with its art style and its kind of fairy tale-esque quality. It's not super dark, but there's definitely a darkness underneath it that makes it like a very intriguing, like coming of age kind of story. The main character is disabled. He's deaf, and has trouble speaking, and is way shorter and stubbier and weaker than he technically should be at his age. Yeah, it's really cool. I'm pretty far behind. It's into its second core, I guess. So right now I'll probably give it I had no idea that was it. Yeah, man. I've tried to recommend this to you. It's really good. Right now it's a really solid 4 for me, but Boji's a beast. Yes, the main character is named Boji and he goes on adventures basically. Really cool current season anime. Let's take a look at my list. Watched. We can sort by recently updated. Let's go. Okay, so I got that Penguin Drum. Excel Saga. I think I updated 10 out of 10 for me so far. Yeah, absolutely. First of all, let's get some context actually. Let's see what my top rated anime are. The stuff that I've given 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5. Soul Saga, what a blast from the past. Yeah, I think I must have updated the rating on that or something, because I haven't watched that in very many a year. So what have I got? We got I never finished the manga, but it goes in a totally different direction. Yes, I heard that actually. Not quite as like crazy and meta, I believe. Like it's more, I don't know if I could say serious. That's just what I've heard at least about the Excel Saga manga. So anyway, I've got Mob Psycho 102 as 5 stars. Definitely stand by that. Wind Rises, one of my favorite Ghibli movies and Miyazaki movies. Hunter x Hunter 2011, the peak of shonen anime in my opinion. Paranoia Agent. It's meta, but in a different way, I think. Oh, okay. Yeah, because last episode of the Excel Saga anime pretty much just says like fuck you to like TV censorship and stuff, and goes like full ban hammer on itself pretty much. Yeah, it was I remember it being interesting at the time, at least that I watched it. Probably very edgy looking back. We got Paranoia Agent. Everything by Satoshi Kon is like 10 out of 10 in my mind, like a masterpiece. Rest in peace, Satoshi Kon, of course, a creator who was taken way too soon before he had the chance to continue expanding his repertoire of masterpieces. We got Utena, 10 out of 10. Every time I've rewatched Utena, it's gone better for me. Con movies, yes. I gotta rewatch a lot of Con movies sometime soon because it's been a while. Every time I watch Revolutionary Girl Utena, I rank it higher, and eventually it got to like 10 stars for me. 5 stars, 10 out of 10 for me. And yeah, it can't go any higher, but it continues to build. It can't go any higher number wise, but it continues to build up on my list of my favorite anime. I think about Perfect Blue pretty often. Yeah, it's a film that sticks with you. And speaking of Millennium Actress, Perfect Blue, 2 Con movies, which I both love for very different reasons. Perfect Blue is like a perfect psychological examination, like a thriller kind of thing, and Millennium Actress is like a love letter to Japanese cinema through the lens of like a character piece. Just really, really awesome stuff. Princess Mononoke, another one of my favorite Ghibli films. Just a classic all around, really good action adventure. I got the end of Evangelion, and Evangelion's my favorite anime. I rank it really highly for many biased reasons, but it's really influential to me, myself, and I. And finally I got Fooly Cooly as my last 5-star. That's pure nostalgia bliss, I think. I think I watched that at the perfect time as a coming of age story. I'm just loving the kind of oddball stuff that Jesus Christ, I am completely blanking on the name of the studio. Gainax, there we go. Gainax put out. Jesus, that is embarrassing. No log up there in the 5s. I haven't finished log. That is Legend of the Galactic Heroes yet, so I feel iffy ranking it a 5 before I finished it. We got to see how it sticks that landing. You know, so far it's very high up there. It's just that good. Log was on my watching list. I don't know if I updated that recently. Yeah, I never rank before finishing something. Yeah. I'm like 50. What's halfway through this again? 110. Like 52. I think I'm up to for log, and I've rated it 4 stars. I think that's very appropriate. Legend of the Galactic Heroes, classic sci-fi anime, space opera, really grand in scope and ideas, and its writing is next level. Just moment to moment writing and the overall writing as well. Okay, so very political, very much so. The creator had to be a fan of politics and history and stuff to write something like that. Absolutely. It's based on a series of novels, I believe. Yeah. So the writer of that had to be very into those kind of topics. What have you guys been watching anything interesting lately? Any seasonals, any classics that you had to catch up to? A classic I have been watching is I've watched a lot of Gundam stuff recently. What Gundam have I been watching? Oh yeah, the other day I watched Age of Ultron. That is not on this list, Ugu. I think one of the reasons I like Anime Planet has stuff like Castlevania, which isn't on my anime list, and other anime sites because it's very I don't know if gatekeep is the right word, but it's they're very specific about what counts as anime. But I don't think Age of Ultron is on here. Finally finished Aim for the Ace 1973, but the later reboots aren't subbed properly. Ah, okay, Aim for the Ace. We love gatekeeping, we sure do. I think I've heard of that. Aim for the Ace, that's tennis. Cool. Tennis shoujo drama. I can't say I've watched any of it. Madhouse, I think I've seen it in like Madhouse show reels and stuff, because this would have to be one of the early Madhouse joints, wouldn't it? It's the one Gunbuster is parodying. Oh, because that's called Aim for the Top, isn't it? Gunbuster. Yeah, Aim for the Top. No, whoa, yeah. LA. Interesting. Hey, I've watched Gunbuster. What the hell? Love Gunbuster. I'd probably give Gunbuster a solid 4. From my memory, at least. Truly, yeah, one of Anna's great works. And Gainax again. I love classic Gainax. Yeah, I'm always looking for interesting sports shows, because I feel it's a big gap in my knowledge. So yeah, I might add that to my want to watch list. Speaking of, I should probably check out my want to watch list at some point, because I know there's a bunch of stuff on there. What do I have in my won't watch? Have I got anything? Oh, I have Danganronpa and Psychopaths 2. Okay, I think Danganronpa was because I wanted to play the game. Checked out a few seasonals. Ah, cool. What are you watching? Metal. Or what have you checked out, I should say. Because I have not touched really seasonals yet, except for Attack on Titan, of course, because I can't ignore it, because otherwise I'd get spoiled like everywhere on the internet. But Danganronpa, yeah, I think it was because I wanted to play it. I was just like, okay, I won't watch it. So I don't know why Psychopaths 2 is on there, other than that it's not very good. Maybe I was having a laugh. I actually have watched quite a bit of Psychopaths 2, I think. Maybe not finished. Yeah, maybe it pissed me off or something. Got into a rom-com mood after Senpai. Oh yeah, you watched the Senpai show. What's its English name? My Senpai is annoying. Yes. I only watched the first episode. It was pretty interesting. Office workplace kind of stuff. For current stuff, Dragon Quest is a really solid shonen. I have wanted to watch Dragon Quest, but I was waiting till it finished, which I believe is somewhat soon. This is the original 2021. No, this is like an OVA or some shit. Oh god. It should finish in the next couple of months. Yeah. The new Dragon Quest. Apparently a lot of Toei's best staff are on that, which makes it super interesting. Of course, it's a cool fantasy world. Akira Toriyama designs, using the video game is like a base. The video game series is like a base. Yeah, very interesting. What the fuck is the new one? Not like really obvious. 1990, 1992. Oh, there it is. Just had a weird image. I'll put that on one to watch. Sono Bisque and Akabe, both Cloverworks. Ah, yes, yes, I am aware of both of those. This is not it, is it? Oh no, it is. This is the cosplay one, isn't it? Comedy, ecchi, romance, seinen. Oh, there's a Garu tag. Yeah. Looks interesting. And yeah, cosplay focus. I always like playing around with otaku cultures and stuff like that. New Digimon has just picked up a bit. That's Ghost Game, isn't it? I'll put this on my want to watch. Ghost Game. Digimon Ghost Game. I haven't watched a new Digimon show in a very long time. Like properly since like Tamers even, which is great. I love Tamers. Maybe I could dive into this, you know. Hey, why not? Why not add it? Why not add everything? Yeah, that's it. It looks great, but I already read enough of the manga. Cool. I should pay more attention to the chat so that I don't go on tangents and then forget not being able to connect what you guys are talking about. Oh nice, art is amazing. Okay, so the other one you mentioned, metal, was Akabe Sailor Uniform. Yeah, the other Cloverworks show. Robai Private Academy is a prestigious girls' middle school in the country. Akabe Komichi donning the school's sailor uniform is a dream come true. A middle school dream life is finally beginning. Verdant open countryside vistas, the slowly flowing time of youth. That's very that's not very specific. Looks pretty though. Akabe has some feet. Make of that what you will. That is like, you mean like a Quentin Tarantino movie? Hello Ugabi, welcome back. First thing I heard was feet. I feel like it has no story, but it's kind of chill. Are there feet, Metal? Can you confirm the feet? I have to know about this. Confirm or deny the feet? Yes. Okay, want to watch. I have to see this for is this Centaur's life? No, I think it's a lot more grounded than Centaur's life. I confirm. I never got into Centaur's life. I watched like one episode and it was, I don't know, I kind of felt uncomfortable about it. There was something about the magical beings just hanging around. And there was like it was like racism and persecution and stuff in the backstory. It was weird. Centaur's life is wild. Yeah. The anime was way worse than the manga. Oh, okay. Sorry, just having a drink. These chatting streams like destroy my throat so quickly. It's insane how quickly my throat just like so let's look at my want to watch, because we added a few seasonals now. Scientific Railgun. I did watch Certain Magical Index and I thought it was okay, but the main character of Railgun was like, I remember being one of my favorite parts of that show. So I wanted to watch Railgun, but I haven't got around to it yet. Dude. What dude? I fucking love Rail decks. Ah, cool. I've forgotten a lot of Magical Index now, but I'll probably just jump into Railgun anyway. Railgun season 2 is good. The GOAT season. Okay. I didn't watch much of season 3. No problem. Index was pretty crazy. Railgun is way more easygoing than Index, I thought. Ah, cool. That could fit with more what I wanted with Index, and I wasn't necessarily getting out of it. Like the world building felt kind of like incomplete in some places. If it's more chill, that could definitely fit. Let's see, what do I got here? I mean, it's still serious stuff in action, but less political intrigue. Ah, okay. Dude, Raildex world building is comic book tier. you know how to get me. You know how to get me. I have watched Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0, and I loved it. It was great. It was beyond expectations of whatever I expected. It was way beyond that, and I expected kinda low. But it's still like shot past that and into the stratosphere. So me saying I expected low doesn't mean anything. It's the best movie ever. I stopped watching PTW because it just grow exponentially and I never watched them. How did you feel about it halfway through? Halfway through, man, admittedly I've only watched it once, to be fair. Halfway through, are they... In my mind, the village is like halfway through, but I know technically it's not. Because the village is like my favorite part of the movie. Like the village and like the very end are like 10 out of 10. I need to rewatch the movie for sure. Yeah. Ghibli part, yeah, the chill village vibes, except when it's not chill at all. And like the characters are having mental breakdowns. Halfway through is like the end of the village, I'd say. Yes, okay, so halfway through, definitely in love with it. There was a lot of, after that, there was a lot of, I suppose, less interesting stuff just from my perspective. Yo, let's not start the shipping wars here. Boo-goo. And then I think the ending kind of wrapped it in a extremely meta bow. No problem with Kensuke supposedly getting with Asuka. And just reminding me of the final 2 episodes of the show and the end of Evangelion in that very last like third. If we split into 3 of the village, the middle part where the action takes place, and then the ending where it's a lot more meta and metaphysical, and we're doing a lot of stuff with Gendo. The first part and the last part, great. Middle, not perfect, but yeah, just overall extraordinarily satisfying to me. 4.5, I'd say. It in my mind has not reached the greatness of, say, End of Ava, but that's a lot of bias and personal stuff speaking there. Gendo scene, oof, kind of wish it was longer. Yeah. The fact that right near the end of this insanity of this franchise, we finally get some Gendo stuff is in some ways unsatisfying, but in some ways it's kind of like I felt it was a release, a full turnabout. from the start of the show. It's fitting, yeah, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Like you to the top. What season to the top? The most recent one? I haven't watched that yet. I have watched In This Corner of the World. That is a really cool movie. Just a very much a character piece of how people struggle through stuff. Is my BGM getting repetitive? I could maybe put on some anime beats. Hold on. Let's look at some maybe I could just go to the lo-fi hip-hop channel. Just put that on. To relax, study to. Turn that down. Yeah, my BGM isn't technically made for long chatting streams. It's more made for just like introductory and ending segments, which I don't really do these days anyway. Did you commission this beat? No. I got it from a Japanese site called Dover Syndrome. I'll put that in the. It's a place where a lot of VTubers, Japanese VTubers in particular, get their BGMs. It's totally, the vast majority of the site anyway is royalty free. And that's available to use on like anything, even like commercialized products and stuff. Really cool site if you're into that sort of thing. But I will mute that for now. I will see. Okay, we got the lo-fi hip-hop beats playing. Tell me how the audio balancing of that is. I'll post the YouTube link as well to that. With lo-fi hip-hop beats to relax, study to, the classic meme channel. But it works. Yeah, In This Corner of the World, great World War II era setting. The Zoom is elevator music. Yeah, exactly. Just from a civilian perspective, really epic, and it's a long film. You want I can't read that. From Dover, their version of a Guilty Gear song. Oh, okay. I will write that down. But something like a Guilty Gear song has probably been used a lot, especially since you knew the name of it off by heart. So maybe I won't use it on stream much, but I'll keep that in mind for sure. Thank you. So anyway, I would rate this. Corner of the World is a solid film. Yeah, I'd rate this either 3.5 or 4. I've only watched it once. Probably a 3.5. I'd probably need to watch it again to really soak in a lot of it, what it was trying to do. Just trying to look through here, see stuff that I ended up watching since I made this. Mind Game. I've watched Mind Game. Mind Game is really good. Yeah, same. Found I rate movies higher on rewatch. Yeah, well, because if I like Kimi no Nawa, yeah, of course. I definitely found satisfaction from movies like that. I know Eden of the East on your list, and I have to warn you not to watch it. Oh, okay. I've heard solid things about that. You either end on a cliffhanger or watch the terrible, terrible conclusion movies. Oh man, that is... It's Wonder Egg priority all over again. Okay, thanks for the warning. I'll keep that in mind. But I have heard good things about it, but yeah, a bad conclusion can definitely sour a lot of stuff. Mine, yeah, my games are like a 4. My game's really good. I don't know, maybe that's rating it too highly. Yeah, I enjoyed the series at the time, but the movies retroactively made me hate it. Ooh, I hate an ending like that. That really, yeah, I totally understand. Yona of the Dawn I've watched. I quite enjoyed that. Sucked that it ended and will not get any more, but as like a Chinese Korean, you know, that the East Asian inspired fantasy, taking from a lot of myths in that era. It's a very, very cool cool series that I quite enjoyed. It's probably a good 3.5. Honey Lee. Yeah, there was a scene in Yona of the Dawn that kind of became like a meme between me and a group of friends who watched it as part of an anime club. There's a scene where the male like romance interest and the protagonist Yona, you can see her here, having like some romantic, some would say sexual tension. I don't get what you see in the show. Well, it's rated 4 stars on Anime Planet, so why not ask the world what you see in they see in the show? Yona is so good. Yeah, see. I don't know. It's a really good. I like the shoujo fantasies. I think. Okay, sorry for not defaulting to the popular vote. I think the prevalence of kind of, as we learned from Log, the popular vote is always right. Exactly. Democracy is always correct. as described in Legend of the Galactic Heroes episode whatever. But anyway, let me explain. I think the prevalence of male power fantasies within the anime space, especially when I started getting into anime, you know, the early 2010s. Wait, no, not the early 2010s, like the late 2000, like the O's in the early 2010s. You know, that kind of area. I think a lot of those turned me off in some ways, other than shonen power fantasies. So I was driven a lot to more stuff more designed towards females, because I felt it was more down to earth and more relatable in ways. Stuff like stuff like, trying to think now of an example, but now I'm coming up blank. But yeah, stuff like Yona of the Dawn. So it fits within my niche of stuff like School Days. Shut the fuck up. Stuff like yes, Escaflowne is a big one. Yes. I should have said Escaflowne, but my mind blanked. School Days is actually one of my lowest rated anime. Stuff like Kiss X Sis. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's true, hold on. Can we go watch, sort by rating? Let's go to the bottom here. Let's go to 14. School Days is a masterpiece. Let's see, what we got? We got Sword Art Online Extra Edition, Gate. Both rated 1 stars. Tenjo Tenge 1.5. Oh, maybe I've rated School Days higher than I used to be. It's a deconstruction of harems. That doesn't mean it's good. It is so bad you watch it twice. No, hey, that's 2 different seasons, okay? Just to be clear. It's just too deep for you. I understand everything School Days is trying to do. And I got a bunch of shitty Dragon Ball, like harem, ecchi trash, and Gantz. And Dean Stay Night. I got School Days in 2.5. Gantz, I like that one. I don't know when I watched Gantz. 2004. When would I have watched that? That was hilarious. Okay, I might have watched the dub. I don't remember. But School Days is higher than Gate. Be happy with that. School Days, solid 5 out of 10. You know what? I didn't think of it that way. And now because Ugu is in here bitching in my chat, I'm gonna rate it like a 1.5. So there, you happy now? I would say School Days is the greatest anime of all time. Yeah, well, not for me. It's 1.5. I think I like them apples. A lot of these are probably just like anger inducing, except for the Dragon Ball Z movies. I think about my ranking of Dragon Ball Z movies a lot. That is a very serious rating system. That's when my rating system is most accurate, and I stand by it the most. Yo, Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within better than School Days. You heard it here first. What about Don't Leave Me Daisy? Oh yeah, Don't Leave Me Daisy. Wonder if that's on here. So Don't Leave Me Daisy. Huh. Is that the actual name? What's the Japanese name? You gotta help me out here, Ugu. It might not even be on here because of how need the Japanese title. Repeat for a second? Oh, okay, I must have just screwed up. Don't Leave Me Alone, Daisy. That's what it's called. Usute Naide Daisy. How the hell has this got 3 stars? Me and Ugu, Ugu's a friend of mine in real life. We watched, and Metal, here, Struja. We watched this. It's a 1997 rom-com sci-fi, well, the tags are comedy, romance, sci-fi, shonen, stalkers, based on a manga. What a winning combination that is. And we watched one episode, and basically it's about a guy who rom-com, sci-fi, horror. I mean, I love all that related stuff at the bottom of the page. My Dear Mary. Okay. Urusei Yatsura. Okay. I can see the comparisons for sure. But this, the main character is like one of those, you know, the characters that don't know, like they're dumb and they don't know what they're doing. Well, maybe only the Urusei Yatsura movies. Oh, Ugu. The main character is, he doesn't understand what he's doing. He's that kind of rom-com protagonist. but instead of like not understanding that the character likes him or not understanding his feelings, he understands his feelings in that he really, really loves this girl, and he constantly kidnaps her with like his sci-fi inventions and stuff against her will and tries to force her to marry him repeatedly. That's the premise of the show, and forces himself on her, and that's where the comedy is derived, because of how extreme he goes to try and get this girl to like him. No, he does understand what he's doing deep down. He pretends not to. You don't know that, Ugu. You've watched one episode. Stop trying to deny. He tries to gaslight her and brainwash her to forget her name. That is also true. That is true. Anyway, this is going in the won't watch. This is going in the won't watch category. When you have watched this entire show, you can argue about its feminist potential. You can write an essay for all I care. But I refuse, when I am on the same level of watching one episode, to acknowledge that. You won't watch if you already did? No, don't ruin my logic. It is clearly self-aware commentary on how anime culture gets man to obsess over anime women. It's written by a woman. That... don't poke holes in my logic. This is my list, and I'll do what I want with it. I've lost a lot of my train of thought, I gotta admit. Whatever direction I was heading in, it's long gone. In retrospect, me joining the call would have been disastrous tonight. Yeah, Ugubi suggested joining in for like a collaboration. He's a streamer as well, by the way. Check him out. He does guitar streams and stuff. But I felt not confident in being able to collab at this point in my streaming career. And yeah, he's probably right. It would have ended in tears. That is correct. That is most definitely correct. So I wonder what some recent stuff I would have watched is. We would have been at each other's throats, just like Captain America and Tiny Steak in Captain America Civil War. Yeah, my favorite Marvel character, Tiny Steak. Good work there. I recently, well, not recently, I finished Inspector for a second time recently. Not the greatest show. It is very, very wordy. It is based on a book that is very, very wordy, from what I understand. And the direction, Inspector Gadget, the direction doesn't doesn't elevate the level of wordiness that it particularly has. But it is still, I find it a okay mystery as well. I'd probably give that a solid 3 or 3.5. I'll go 3 right now because I've watched it twice and my opinion actually lessened on it a bit the second time. I am interested in the season 2 of it that's coming out. Interested in more mysteries that they can potentially get from it. Basically, the premise of it, in case anyone doesn't know, is that a girl is given the power to communicate with spirits. It's kind of like a mediator between the human and spirit worlds, and through that she has to solve mysteries that the spirits encounter, or that like for instance, a body is dumped in a lake, one of the early ones, and the snake spirit guarding the lake is like, why was that body dumped in the lake? Who killed this person? Yada yada yada. I'm still not sure if I like this or not. Yeah. I'm feeling somewhat similar. Very Japanese mythology based. And yeah, she has to figure out how to mediate actual murder cases and crimes and stuff like that with the spirit world, where human ideas aren't necessarily set in stone, that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's an interesting premise for sure. I have finished Tanaka-kun as well. Pretty solid comedy. Very chill. Basically about a guy who wants to sleep all the time. A guy in middle school, high school. Very, very lazy, very, very sleepy. He just wants to rest. Doesn't want to do anything. Just chill the anime. Literally me. Very, very solid. I'd give it a nice 3.5. It's cool they made an anime about me. Yeah, I know. The MCU arc of Tanaka-kun was really weird, but yeah, it just makes sense now that I think it's based on you. I finished all of Symphogear. What is this? Symphogear GX, that's the third series in Symphogear. Symphogear is the most anime-ass anime that has ever existed. It's a magical girls show where they have like mech suits that they have to like sing to activate. And it's like a musical. When they fight, they like they're singing and like punching, and it's like, it's ridiculous. It's so crazy, it's so dumb. But at its core are a really cool bunch of characters that have like some pretty cool emotional depth to them. I tried, but I don't know, I couldn't get into it. Way over the top. Sounds so fucking base. You would like it, Ugu, I reckon. I do think each season gets worse, but also each season gets more bombastic. I am the exact opposite, Hade. I think each season gets, like, in a direct linear fashion, each season gets better. Related anime. Symphogear XYZ. Each season gets better. Oh boy, yeah. Maybe I am colored in particular by the final season, which really hit me like emotionally. I thought the character arcs were like perfectly executed in like the final moments. I rate this the second last season, I think, fourth season, and then the last season I'd probably rate like a really solid like 4.5 stars. Like when I watched Symphogear, the final season, the 5th season of Symphogear, I was just like, holy shit, this is top 10 anime of like the decade. Symphogear of like the 2010s. Like that was how enamored with it I was. And it's very gay as well. Very violent, very ridiculous, bombastic, insane. Just yeah, and it takes Ugu. It takes quite a bit from Evangelion. It's not as smart, it's not as meta, it's not as introspective, but there is a lot of Evangelion in its core as well. As a whole thing, it's pretty incredible how off the wall it keeps getting. You haven't watched Valve Rave the Liberator, put that one onto watch list. Okay, I might have heard that. Oh, I want it to be dumb. That's cool. It has Eva in it. Yeah, it gets ridiculous, and I think it's kind of cool that an original anime property, it's like 100% original, got like 5 seasons and they told a complete story. And like each season they thought could be the last, but then they did 5 seasons and finished it off in a really definitive way. Yeah, there's so many cool things about Symphogear that I like, and I totally get how someone wouldn't be into it. Like, as an anime fan for like a decade, it ticks my boxes, man. It tickles my stick. Is this the show you're talking about? Yes, Valvrave Liberator. Action drama, mecha sci-fi, anime-ism? Oh, it's a programming block. Outer Space War original work. Those are all pretty cool. I can see why I do think Symphogear is the best of those 3. Oh, Valvrave, Symphogear, Genesis. Oh, okay, yeah. I all hear mattered in the same breath. Oh, okay. If it's like Symphogear in a certain way, I'm into it. I'm in. Why do I have Guilty Crown in my want to watch? I don't know. That seems like a mistake. Wait, that's the one that's like Utena Star Driver? Like Utena, you say? A mecha that's like Utena? Yeah, Star Driver had Utena staff involved, I think. Yo, want to watch immediately. Top of the list. Star Driver takes place on the fictional Southern Cross Isle. One night, a boy named Takuto washes up on shore swimming from the mainland. He later enrolls in Southern Cross High School as a freshman and makes new friends. However, beneath the school is a group of mysterious giants called Cybodies. Oh, that's an anime-ass name. Star Driver is like Utena X Symphogear. Ooh. Which can be controlled by humans in an alternate dimension known as Zero Time. Takuto, the galactic pretty boy himself, finds himself dragged into opposition with the Glittering Crux Brigade, Glittering Star Cruciform Group, a mysterious group that intends to take possession of the island's Cybodies for their own purposes, as well as break the seals. There are some nonsense phrases in this, which is totally anime. As well as break the seals of the island's 4 Shrine Maidens, of course, whose powers prevent Cybodies from functioning outside of Zero Time. Yo, his mech has high heels and a feathered hat. Oh my god. Shrine Maidens, of course. You gotta protect those Shrine Maidens, they're very important. Anyway, I should get back to work. Catch you later. Thank you so much for coming, Hade. It's great to have your insight, because I know you like a lot of older anime and stuff. Yeah, thank you for coming. Thank you so much. So, one of the anime that I've watched recently, just on a personal level, I watched a Gundam. Which Gundam was it? Let's look at the Gundam. I have watched wait, MS Team. That's a really good one. It was an OVA, I think. Yeah, I told you about this metal. But I actually forgot what the name of it was. It's one set after the original series, but before Zeta. But anyway, OFMS Team is also an OVA. I watched that a while ago. It's very grounded, Gundam, down to earth. Think Gundam in like Vietnam War kind of situation, like guerrilla warfare Gundams. They're like Gundams made out of scrap parts and stuff, fighting like guerrilla warfare. Yeah, it's really cool. That's a 3.5. That's a really solid one. Was it Stardust Memory? Yeah, it might have been Stardust Memory. Metal Munchie, we should watch Star Driver. Absolutely. That description was awesome. That is something we can do for sure. Yes, Mobile Suit Gundam 083 Stardust Memory. This is what I watched. This was pretty good. I can't remember the name of it, so I can't be absolutely in love with it. But no, it was a very solid Gundam series, I'd say. Its main character took some getting used to. Basically, it's an in-between kind of story. Like the original Mobile Suit Gundam and then Gundam Zeta, which was the sequel series made after. There's a big gap in between there that the politics have changed. The sides of the war have changed quite a bit of the original Gundam series, and this kind of fills in the blanks. Anyone interested, it can be an interesting one to watch between the original Gundam, which is, you know, classic. Gundam feels too good to be popular. That is a fair point. It's kind of like, it kind of has a legendary status in Japan from when it came out, that I think has carried it a long way. I don't want to pretend like I'm an expert on Gundam. I am not. I have not watched anywhere near the amount that some have. Follow-up ones are sometimes bad, of course. Yeah. I've heard mixed things about a lot of Gundam. I think Metal likes Seed, actually. Yeah, I've heard mixed things about Seed as well. Yo, I like Seed. I knew it. Yeah. The popularity of Gundam is definitely worth it, I believe. There's so much good stuff in there. And it had a really solid foundation of like a sci-fi series that was going to take itself seriously in a time when a lot of the robots were very monster of the week and stuff like that. I don't want to sound like it was the first serious robot series or anything, but yeah, if you get what I'm saying. This was a solid 3.5 for me. Oh, I've rated 500 anime and earned the badge. That is pretty cool. Seed is one of my favorite OSTs. Oh, cool. Tony Stark would hack a Gundam. Nice badge. Thank you. Oh, I watched Halfway's Flash as well. That was really solid. Obviously, it's the first part on a planned trilogy, but a really solid first outing. I'd almost rate that a 4 because of how much I enjoyed that as like an update of Gundam to like a modern era. That scene in Hathaway, people were comparing the movie to a new Ava. I can see it. They're definitely trying to do different things, I think. I think Ava was trying to end it, but Hathaway is trying to like continue the Gundam legacy in a lot of ways. But that scene where the Gundams are attacking on the streets and you can just see from the civilians' perspective, that was like so well directed, so well done. And just like a terrifying example of like mecha from just an outsider's perspective. And just like, yeah, it just has so many like scenes that I'm saying like a lot, I do apologize for that. So many scenes where it's like, oh, this is something that maybe it has been explored in mecha before, but not with this quality, not with this bombast, not with this like obvious budget. Like, this is a big film, big blockbuster anime film, and yeah, it's just really interesting in that way. And the fact that Gundam is still doing this, and it's still in the Universal Century timeline to a certain extent, is just really cool. Really cool. Speaking of unique perspectives, I think War in the Pocket, another Gundam OVA, has a really cool perspectives. This is another civilian perspective, although it's a lot more focused on a kid. Also, the twist that Hathaway is a terrorist. Yeah. It's it plays with the sides in an interesting way, which Gundam often does. Like War in the Pocket also does that. This is every time some people recommend Gundam, this is like the first one they mention. War in my Pocket. Probably because it's the shortest. Yeah, it's very short, only 6-episode OVA. I really enjoyed it. One of my favorite Gundams to when I consumed it was I watched it in like a day, and it was just like I had a great time with it. It's set during Christmas, a rare Christmas anime, you know, maybe watch it during the holiday season, although it's kind of like saying Die Hard is a Christmas movie, which I do think it is a Christmas movie. It's not the greatest like importance, it's just a setting, but it does set a certain mood. And it's set on one colony, it's set in one area, it's very limited characters, it's not big, it's not epic. It's not about the end of a beginning of a massive war, it's just these characters. We should have had a Christmas anime watching along. Yeah, true. It's just these characters in the situation, in a small situation where two sides happen to be in the same place at the same time, and they happen to clash. And yeah, it has consequences on the area that it's happening in. I'll say that much. Yeah, really solid show. I rate it 4 from my memory, at least, of it. Had a big Gundam binge this last year, which is why I'm in particular focusing on a lot of Gundam stuff. I've watched Char's Counterattack. Pretty solid movie. Pretty solid finale to the original Universal Century trilogy of Gundam, Zeta, and Double Zeta. A bit rushed in places. I probably rated 3.5. But really good animation, like top tier. 1988. This was like a big budget 1988 anime. Just classic hand-drawn anime at its like one of its peaks, you know. Just yeah, great visual watch. And also I've watched all the original Gundam trilogy movies. I don't know what I'd rate these. they are great. This last one is really solid, actually. I really like this last one. You know, I'd probably rate this last one 3.5 stars. And the other two, 3 probably. Because they are a little rushed. Gundam timelines seem like pleb tier compared to Marvel timelines. Yeah, I don't think Gundam's technically had like crazy reboots. No, there's plenty of retcons, but like decade spanning reboots, not as much, which is where Western comics like shine. I think they did good in the movies. Yeah. They're truncated retellings of Gundam, the original Gundam, but still solid. And still a really easy way to get into the franchise if you're okay with watching something from the late 70s, early 80s. I know that can be a turn-off for some people. You know, it's understandable. Let's browse through my anime recommendations. Like, what does Anime Planet think I like? I've definitely watched Konosuba. I might like the Dungeon of Black Company. Is it an isekai? I probably won't like it. Anime suggestions for Munchie64. Special A, Tokyo Ghoul, Kami-sama Kiss. Oh, I've been interested in watching Kami-sama Kiss, actually. Dragon Dive, I don't know what that is. The Portrait Petite. Oh, this is the actually, I don't know what that is. Peacemaker, Kurogane, Zammed, Lost Memories. I don't know any of these shows. We're getting into the dregs here. Madhouse, what the hell? I know some of these shows. Can't say I have particular interest. Oh, I do want to watch Mononoke. I've heard good things about that. I kind of want to see Minami K. Oh, this one. Minami K. Comedy, seinen, slice of life, gag, school life siblings based on a manga. That's a solid combination for a comedy show. Meet the Minami sisters, 3 girls living on their own and doing their best to make it through life's little snags and adventures. Kana, the middle sister, has far more energy than common sense. Chiaki, the youngest, is more reserved, but her sharp tongue and devious mind often causes trouble for others. And Haruka, the eldest, acts like a mother to the other 2, is beautiful and kind, but has a fearsome, stern streak. Together, no obstacle can stand in the way, be it school, romance, or even cooking. Ah, that sounds interesting. I'll put it in the one to watch. For sure, for sure. For sure. Oh man, I've only been streaming 1 hour and 15 minutes. My voice feels like I've been talking for like 5 hours. I know I shouldn't complain too much about my throat, but it is the most obvious thing. Oh, should set that to watched. Most obvious thing that is like holding me back, I suppose, from going ham on topics that I would usually go ham on. I watched Toilet Bound Hondokun actually. That was quite enjoyable. What would I rate that? Maybe a 3 or 3.5. Really pretty style. You know, not the most insane animation or anything, but really pretty, some interesting stories in it. Basically dealing with a ghost befriending a occult loving high schooler, as the description says. And they just get up to adventures with supernatural stuff, you know, episodic based stuff. I also did watch Sunday Without God in my anime club, which I mentioned a few times. I couldn't really get into it as much. Oh nice, I need to watch that. I was hyped when it came out. Yeah. Solid watch, I'd say. Sunday Without God, I don't know, I couldn't really get into the characters and a lot of the world building beyond the premise, which was basically the some mysterious god-like curse stopped people from giving birth and stopped people from dying. Being able to die. and just, I don't know, it went weird directions of like weird time loops and schools for like superheroes and stuff. I don't know. I wasn't entirely into it. I'd probably give it a 2.5 stars, maybe. Solid 5 out of 10. That sounds about right. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Do I have Zombieland Saga? I do want to watch the second season of Zombieland Saga. Definitely on my want to watch. No, don't drop want to watch. Because Zombieland Saga, one of my favorite comedies of the past few years for sure. Really, really enjoyable. Like even a, maybe not a 4 out of 5. Oh, what the hell, 4 out of 5. Feeling generous, you know, so generous. Zombieland Saga, basically it's a kind of, I don't know whether to call it a parody or not, because it kind of plays a lot of the idol singing anime tropes really straight. So I don't know if it's a parody. It's like a unique take on idol animes where they're zombies, like literally they're undead from different eras. And it's just really wacky, and the characters, yeah, they're dead idols, like straight up. And the characters are all different. They're interesting. They clash. There's a bit of a running storyline about people discovering who they were in their past lives, but mostly it's just episodic, solid episodic stuff. They've got some good songs in there. I don't know. I just remember really liking it, and I've actually watched it twice. Once by myself, one with friends. It grew on me for sure. Yeah, it's a show that I really like the cast of. All the cast are best girls for me. Yeah, just really solid show. Nice songs, yeah, for sure. One thing I want to mention, I don't know if I've updated my list to include this. Golden Kamuy, I have come to really enjoy. I clearly enjoyed it beforehand, because I already rated it 4 out of 5. As an adaptation, Golden Kamuy I think is somewhat limited. It's the studio is Geno Studio. It's like one of their first like proper works, I believe. And you can tell a lot of the times the directing isn't outstanding. There's some iffy CG and animation in general, but new studio in season 4. Oh, I actually did not know that. That's a shame, because I think they've grown a lot since they started. But anyway, premise for Golden Kamuy, if you don't know, set in early 20th century Hokkaido. So the top island of Japan, it deals with the native population of Hokkaido, called the Ainu people, who have a very unique culture that I honestly did not know a lot about before I watched this show. It explores that a lot. Basically, an Ainu girl and a former soldier who fought with the Russians in the years past, pre-World War I, we're talking. They hunt for some Ainu gold. And the thing is, the Ainu gold is located, the map for the Ainu gold is on the tattooed backs of prisoners who recently escaped from a prison. And they have to hunt down the prisoners, potentially skin them alive or dead, or find some of way to copy the map and create the map to get the gold. And of course, a lot of other parties get involved, try to hunt the gold. The cast is massive by season 3, even season 2. The cast gets pretty massive. But just, yeah, supremely interesting action adventure show that the writing carries a lot. The original manga must be very, very solid. I've never read it myself but I really, really enjoyed it. And I really want to watch Golden Kamuy season 3. I really want to watch it. And I really want to watch season 4 whenever that comes out. Who is the new studio behind season 4? Oh, Brian's Base. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Cast is awesome. Everyone is basically an MC. Yeah, the cast is like diverse enough and interesting enough that like a lot of them could carry a show themselves. Brian's Base. What are the popular Brian's Base shows? Natsume's Book of Friends, a show I definitely want to watch. To Your Eternity, which you yeah. Spice and Wolf, Bakano. Those are some of the older stuff though. Princess Jellyfish, Durarara. Okay, that pretty diverse category of shows. So diverse, in fact, that I'd probably say the staff would be way more important for how Golden Kamuy season 4 turns out. But yeah, definitely interested in that. Good show, yeah, and quality for sure, for sure. What are some recommendations of Golden Kamuy? A lot of older stuff. Excuse me. Somewhat tired. Probably not going to go too much long in the stream. Got to keep the just chatting streams pretty short. Ruin Explorers, I watched that recently. Going through some retro OVAs and stuff. We watched that. Was interesting. Very much of its time. Very much a 90s kind of Slayers-esque, Slayers-inspired show. That's probably a 3 out of 10 for me. 3 out of 10, no, 3 out of 5. 6 out of 10. Yeah, solid little adventure show. Ruin Explorers. Yeah, if you like Slayers and want more of that kind of stuff, it's definitely in that vein. And look, Slayers is in the recommendations along with Hunter x Hunter 99. Yeah, Hunter x Hunter 99 is pretty cool. If you've only watched Hunter x Hunter 2011 and like that, want more, but the manga's on hiatus, maybe check out 99. It's got some filler. It's a bit long in the tooth sometimes, but really cool 90s dark art style, really cool direction in certain parts. Yeah, if you're hungry for more Hunter x Hunter, I would recommend it for sure. It's not outdated, I'd say, beyond the certain filler parts. Just because it's been superseded by 2011, I can't say it's outdated, personally. Okay. Oh, I'm really getting tired, as you can tell from my constant yawns. So, any other recommendations that anyone has from the stuff I've talked about? This stream. we've added some stuff, we've updated some stuff. Watched is what I want to look at. Let's just do a quick pass through. Yo, Ari the Animation, very solid show. That's surprisingly hard to find a way to watch here down in Australia. Legally, that is. Yes, Kaiji. I have Kaiji on this list, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, of course. Kaiji I rated 4.5. Man, I don't know if I'd rate it that high. But we're doing a rewatch of Kaiji in my anime club that I mentioned. So I'll wait till we're done with that to give my final verdict, I suppose. But I was really on a high when I finished Kaiji, I remember. Anyone who doesn't know, don't worry too much about the art style being weird. I get it. He's got a weird looking nose, but it's a really solid anime about gambling, and a character getting stuck with like massive gambling debts. And keep the rating, yeah. And just like having really intense games of varying intensity, really intense games of varying intensity, varying like threat level, I should say, and the skills involved is very different as well. So yeah, really good show. Would recommend. Yo, who's this loser who rated Kaiji 6.5? How dare you? Purple people eater. How dare you have a different opinion than me over anime? Oh, jeez. Next you'll tell me Yona of the Dawn isn't amazing. Or that School Days is actually great. You know? Yo, this music, I don't know how well you can hear the lo-fi beats, but pretty cool tune zone right now. Yo, Chihaya Furu. Have I put Chihaya Furu 3 on my one to watch? No, I haven't. The only reason I have not watched Chihaya Furu 3 is because when I finish it, it'll be I won't have any more Chihaya Furu to watch. But I could read the manga, I guess, but it's just not the same, man. What an amazing show. Just a amazing sports anime that really balances like romance and character-based comedy and shonen style like sports action, where it's like intense matches. Balances all of that so well. And it's all based on a really simple card game with like poems and stuff. Where they slap cards called kareta. It's a Japanese cultural thing that even though I've watched 2 seasons of the show, I barely understand. But it works. It gets you invested. It gets you into the game. The way, you know, the way Haikyuu gets you into a volleyball game, you know? It's very similar feeling to me. Yeah. I think that might call it for a day. I pretty much just wanted to talk about anime, and I got to talk about anime. There was a lot of awesome chat activity, so I thank you so much for everyone who chatted tonight. Anyone who didn't chatted and lurked, still thank you. Because you watched me talk about anime and drone on and hurt my voice. Anything is appreciated. And yeah, I've got some recommendations that I will try to check out. Want to watch? Can I sort by recently updated? Here we go. We added of course the recent seasons of some stuff they want to watch. Metal suggested Minami K. Got Mononoke, which I've always wanted to watch, and Kami-sama Kiss. Star Driver was a big discovery. Thank you, at Hair and Ugubox for recommending that. Valve Rave as well. Got some seasonals with Akabi's Sailor Uniform, Digimon Ghost Game, Dress Up Darling, and of course Dragon Quest, which I will binge the moment it is over because that seems right up my alley. And Aim for the Ace, which is a sports anime. Always good to check out because it is a gap in my knowledge of anime, and I always want to update my anime knowledge because I am a weeb, a filthy weeb, but a welcoming one that has a lot of likes and very few dislikes from like a genre and a setting and a narrative standpoint, like a plot outline standpoint, I mean by that. Anyway, thank you so much for coming, anyone and everyone. I trip over my words a lot. I'm trying to get better at it, and these chatting streams help a lot. Believe me, they do. Tomorrow I'm going back to gaming, which is better on my throat. Not as good on my on my intelligence, because we are getting back to Good Life, a very weird mystery RPG game which boggles the mind sometimes. I had a lot of fun with it last week, so I'm excited to delve back into it. Good Life, it's hard to describe. We're in a town full of weirdos. There's a murder. You have to figure that murder out. You got to take pictures because you're working for a newspaper. All of that, plus you ride a sheep and you like... I'm going into a ghost mansion. That's the last thing I did before I left off. I'm going into a ghost mansion. It's hard to describe. It's a good game. I would recommend. We got 6 people watching. I am going to raid someone. Who is streaming right now? I always like to target VTubers. Yeah, nice stream and chat. Thank you so much for coming, Metal. You are an anime expert in my mind. You watch so much, you try out so much. You have a very broad taste palette. That it's always good to chat with you about anime. Ooh, someone is playing Twee, a fellow Australian VTuber is playing Yakuza Kiwami 2. Feel like I watched a lot less. That's fine. Just because I watched a lot when I was like a dumb teenager with no time doesn't mean oh shit. Doesn't mean that anyone is better. I'm necessarily better. But anyway, Twee playing Yakuza Kiwami 2. I probably won't stay and watch because I'm working through the Yakuza series myself. Don't want too many spoilers, but I can't resist Yakuza. I love supporting fellow Aussie VTubers. So I will raid her. After I go to my end screen, I will raid. Thank you so much for coming, everyone, and I will see you next time for more Good Life. Thank you. Bye bye. Thanks for coming, Jeff. Chicken fried corgi. Thank you so much.